All right, I measured those pieces and they're 0.1455 inches. All right, I did a little laser testing and on a piece of scrap, and I found out that I was hitting it way too hot, and I hit it way too light. So I've got it down to about 20 and 100 for etching laser or etching the leather. That's a pretty good engraving power level. Anyway, so it's going down through there, and we'll see how she does. See if I can read it. And there you go. Alright, just put a satin finish on there to polish some polyurethane. And this is got pretty good. I got a few little blue glue blemishes that I always find them later. But I could, if I was a perfection, I could sand them all off and do them again perfectly. But they're going to get banged around and hanging off of somebody's jacket or their coat. And these are a wilderness gift for the guys going into wilderness. I just waterproofed them with some polyurethane and quick grind polyurethane, I guess is what it's called. Let's just have a look at it here and see what she looks like. But this is the finish that I put on there. Superior durability, clear satin. So shouldn't be very glossy. And while we're running that, we'll let that all dry. Probably will sand it and put another coat on it. And then coming over here to the laser, put on the old glasses here, my laser glasses. And there she is there. She's cutting out on the leather. And it's looking pretty good there. These are some memory verses that I've got to memorize. And so I'm not sure where I'm going to put them, but I'm going to do something with them. So I think I do need to add a couple little leather things to add. So we'll see what we can do with that. I added these last week or two. My wife said she wanted the plastic bags on one side, so I thought, well, I don't need all that for the towels. But anyway, I got plastic bags this side. These are more like a towels, and then these are a t-shirt for like a throwaway rag. And then I put the gloves. These are some Nertile gloves. I think I got them from Harbor Freight. Likes to keep the finish off my hands. I'm getting where I like that more and more all the time. And of course the lid will pop open on there, and I could put stuff in from the top, but a lot of times you just cram it in from there and away you go. But anyway, that's working out good. And I do need to pick up some brass screws for these canteens. Also, we'll say Harbor Freight, get you a bundle of, not these, but get you a bundle of them. Man, they'll last you a long time. I mean, like a year and a half. And you know, I just throw my brushes away, and instead of going out and wasting $20 worth of solvent cleaning them old brushes, just give them a toss and save your paint thinner for, you know, when you need them. So, you know, there's the old rag and the craft stick. Also can pick you up some craft sticks. I'm getting ready to add some leather. I go up to Lowe's and pick up some screws. These work and they look okay, but they need screws. They need a screw head on them, otherwise they will come out. So I'm going to put brass screws in these, so make them just darn near indestructible. I did order some strapping to go around them, and we'll see what they get on there. I'm going to go in here and waterproof with some weldwood. It's like a thick CA glue. I'm going to go around there and reinforce the collars. I did want to get a finish coat on there to do that. And then I probably will laser these after I sand them just a little bit. And then get them sealed up. Probably will laser something in on them. But it really came out nice. Alright, I went around the outsides of it with some of that weldwood, that 30-minute glue, and then shot it with setup stuff. And now I'm putting these on here with some brass screws. Put 3 of them on there. Put one on the bottom, one on the up top, just a hair above the top center, so that it kind of keeps it from swaying a little bit much. And anyway, so they're coming together just pretty. Alright, picked up these from Lowe's. They're number 6 by 1.5 inch, 6 pieces. Lot numbers of Hillman 490 120, round slotted solid brass screw. And since these are top of the line stuff, I wanted to head and go ahead and do it. It's top of the line. I put upholstery tacks in my last ones, and boys, of course, wall them around and beat them around, and I had some of them come out even when I glued them in. They were tight, and if you carry them around. But anyway, these have screws, and hopefully they will stay with it. And I've got this one at 6 o'clock from the spout, halfway. This one's just between about 9:30, maybe about 10 o'clock, I would say. 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. That's probably where that goes, and that will kind of hold it in a little bit, but big enough to get your drink out of it. And there we are there. So, getting there closer. I will say that I've changed the bit out 3 times to get one that just barely is just a hair smaller than the threads. It's brass, so you can twist brass off if you give it much trouble. The pine went in easy, and it had a lot smaller bit, but the oak, different story. So I've upsized this 3 times. Love these little 12-volt Milwaukees, light. Just keep using them. I've got about 4 or 5 of them. And I just keep them around. And anyway, so they made this a lot easier. And we got one more, I think, to do. So let's get her done. All right. Paul Service sent me a little deal. And so there you go. Let's see what it looks like. All right, a couple things about doing the good old-fashioned beeswax. It has to get a little hotter to melt. Takes a little longer to get hot. And then you basically pour it in there. I use a torch sometimes right over here to heat this spout up because it'll clog up, and sometimes that'll clog up. So basically I just take that, put the funnel in there, pour in enough liquid to coat everything, and then slosh it around a bunch, and then pour it back into the pot. The thing is, whenever you do this, don't leave the spouts in there, or they'll glue up solid. So once it sets up just a hair, maybe 3 minutes, and pull this out of there and leave it out, because it will bound up in it. You can't get it out. All right, when you're ready to pour your water over the top of your little bucket of here, so that if it's leaking out anything, you can recollect most of your wax. And then you can just, as it cools off, you can put it back in your pots, because that stuff's expensive. It's like 15 bucks a pound. Anyway, there's all my canteens. Every one of them will hold water now. I did have one that's got a little bit of a fun little leak in it. It's right up there at the, I don't remember where it was at there. I don't think it, anyway. But once this thing dries up, it's a done deal, guys. It won't leak. So, there's the pine. You can always tell the pine because it's so much lighter, and it's a little hard to tell sometimes with by just looking at it. Okay, yeah, this is the one that I was having a leak in it right here. And what I may end up doing is I'll check it, and if I need to, I'll fill that with some epoxy and get that cleaned up. So anyway, they're there and they're cleaned up. Screws worked out good, and they're doing good. So let me reclaim my beeswax and shut her down and clean up my stuff and put it away. You ask how tenacious is this wax? This is beeswax that was spilled on my floor about 4 years ago, and it's still got 1/8 of an inch, and that's been vacuumed over hundreds of times with the shop vac plastic deal. Anyway, as this cools off, it gets so sticky that it's almost impossible to get off of anything. And there it is, still on the floor. There's another part over there where it's stuck, and it's just been on there forever. So you want to be really careful about where you spill it, and you know, that's just how it goes. But this is some white beeswax, and then of course the yellow's beeswax. There's the same. This has just been treated a little bit. The commercial is the yellow that's been treated, and just from the Bee Master, this is white, and works just the same. Same good stuff. And anyway, so I just got to clean up the mess a little bit and put everything back away. Not too bad for a mess here. So, but I'll clean up them canteens a little bit and then slightly sand them. And then I'll be ready for the belts that go around over your shoulder and around your neck. It should be here Friday. So I went ahead and ordered some cotton webbing, and to get that first, or get that. Last time I sewed up a bunch of it, and we spent a day and a half sewing. So that's just extra stuff. So I don't need to do that. But anyway, so there we are, and there's your plugs. I'll probably put them plugs in and work them around one more time, and because it'll still be hardening and setting up for about another hour, and it gets sticky. It won't come off there.